What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, man, I wanna speak on the Sixers, right? And like I've been watching them a few games lately, and not just the Sixers, but more specifically Joel Embiid, right? And Joel Embiid is the key, in my opinion. He's the key to the Lakers. I mean, to the Sixers' success. And Joel Embiid lately has been really, he looked like he's coming along. He's been playing pretty good lately. So if the Sixers can get Joel Embiid, can maintain this momentum that he's picked up, this is going to make the Eastern Conference even more, more competitive. You already, you got Boston at the top. Cleveland is Cleveland is in there in the mix. Then of course, you got Detroit, who is leading everybody. But if you throw the Sixers in there, this will be a pretty good playoff. Like if the Sixers can make themselves relevant and stay in there, especially with Joel Embiid, a dominant big man like Joel Embiid. This will be a good look. I know a lot of people, because of Joel Embiid's, like his injury history, and also how he performs, in the playoffs. People kind of counted the Sixers out, but I'm thinking not so fast, right? I'm thinking that, like I said, if Joel Embiid can stay healthy, and you got Tyrese Maxey, you on that team, you have a good mix of young guys with veteran guys. So the whole key to this thing is Joel Embiid. And so I was listening to let me see, I was listening to the Running Back podcast, and they were saying the same thing, like how Joel Embiid is like with him, if he's back to form, then that really makes this team a very dangerous team. So with that being said, I'm going to play what everybody on the Running Back podcast had to say. Then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna give my input. Here we go.
This league, Lou, because we spent the first couple of months talking about Joel Embiid's washed, or this is just never going to be the same. It's not going to work. Last 10 games, he's averaging 27 and 8. Now I'm wondering, are we underrating Joel Embiid? Like, this is like a flip flop, and my head hurts thinking about it. But
impossible.
Describe to me Joel Embiid in your eyes.
It's impossible. I'm gonna go by my own standard that I created. If you've made $100 million playing basketball, you can't be underrated. Somebody saw the value in you, and Joel Embiid is no different. We're talking about somebody that we've compared and went toe to toe, head to head with Nikola Jokic as the top two big men in the league. Joel Embiid is not underrated. He's unhealthy. His knee is unhealthy. Once he's able to be on the court and stay on the court and be consistently available, these are the numbers that you should be accustomed to getting from him. So no, I don't think he's underrated. I just think he's available at this point. You can tell that he still doesn't have the mobility in his game that we're used to him seeing. But look at that clip right there. He's diving for it right here, wide open jump shots. He's shooting. Like, nobody has the skill set around the league that a Joel Embiid has, with the exception of Nikola Jokic. Cat is another guy that can stretch the floor for you. And I can go around the league, and it's probably going to be one or two more guys that I can even put in a conversation with these guys as far as skill sets go. So no, Joel Embiid it's impossible to underrate him. If anything, he's been unhealthy, and that's why he hasn't been in these conversations recently. But I love what I'm seeing in these recent last 10 games or so.
Yeah, it's all health. If he's healthy, he's the best or second best big man in the league. Like, and he's proven that. So I don't think he's underrated. I damn sure don't think he's overrated. When he is right, he is dominant. He is so good. And again, there's a lot of good bigs, like Sengun, Cat, Jokic, Bam, like
damn Sengun. Like, how did I forget Sengun?
Like, there's some talent there. But I'm not taking any of those cats if he's fully healthy, and he hasn't shown it yet. And I don't know if we'll ever see him back to MVP form, but I think he's in a good place right now, and he's finally playing good basketball, and he's healthy enough to be out there and help his team win games.
All right, so that I agree, right? Like, no way you can underestimate Joel Embiid. He has been one of the premier big men in the league. So when he is healthy, he is, he definitely a threat. I think the thing about it now is people have kind of written Joel Embiid off. Like he was an afterthought. Nobody really was thinking about him. But if you look at his last 10 games and the way he's been playing in his last 10 games, he's really come on. The thing is, though, can you maintain that? And can you keep him healthy? Like, and even if I'm the coaching staff, I would want to restrict his minutes, right? Just get him, get some good quality minutes out of him, and just try to bring him along slowly and keep him healthy for the playoffs, because you got a lot of other good big men around the league, like they just mentioned. You got the guy in Houston, Şengün. Then you got Jokic. You got the kid over in OKC, Chet Holmgren. So Philly can't really. They're not going to go anywhere without Joel Embiid. And if Joel Embiid is not healthy, then they're going to find it hard to just to win games, on a consistent basis against the better teams if he's not healthy. But when he's healthy, he's dominating, and I didn't show it, but they just showed a clip of Joel Embiid diving into the stands for a ball, right? And I'm thinking, I appreciate the fact that he's playing hard and he's giving it everything when he's out there, but like plays like that for a guy who has the injury history that he have, I don't want him diving into the stands after a ball. If he's not sure that he can get it, then just, it's a turnover. We'll get the next one. This is not the playoffs or something like that. So that would be different. If you're playing in the playoffs, then you want to see guys just leave it out on the floor like that. But he got to be more strategic, in my opinion, and how he approached the game. But like I said, I've been watching him for like the last few games, and he looks like Joel Embiid of like a few years ago, like about 2 or 3 years ago. He looks like that Joel Embiid. So they just got to keep him healthy, and this is going to be. I mean, if he's healthy, Boston, is going to be in trouble. Detroit going to be in trouble. Anybody, Cleveland is going to be in trouble. Orlando, anybody in the East, because I don't see a big man in the East that really can match up with him. Not in this Eastern Conference. But if he, so if he's healthy, that's bad news for the rest of the Eastern Conference. Now, when you get to the West, it's a lot different, because it got, of course you got the Joker out there, but I like Chet Holmgren, at OKC. Chet Holmgren, it will make, will definitely make, him work, make Joel Embiid work. Who else over in the West? You got Şengün, right? And Şengün is in with the Rockets. And so Şengün is another one who is just going to really make, he's a hard guy to match up with. So, but as far as the Eastern Conference is concerned, though, I think that a healthy Joel Embiid, not to say that he's going to run through the East and like they're going to be a shoo-in to get past everybody in the East, but you don't want to see a healthy Joel Embiid in the playoffs. Then on top of that, you got Tyrese Maxey, coming downhill, the guard. So yeah, they would be a definitely a tough team to beat, in the East. So hopefully, man, I'm hoping that Joel Embiid can stay healthy, and then it just makes for a better playoffs when Joel Embiid is healthy. Whenever you get to see the best players from each team just go at it. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, I'll check you all out in the next video. Peace.